Hey guys, today I'm going to be giving you my honest review about the Elvie breast pump. I'm going to be going over the pros, the cons, and some things that I think maybe the company could improve upon. Now, this breast pump is quite pricey, so I think any consumer would be smart to do your research, read reviews, watch videos like mine, anything to make a more educated decision. So some things I really do like about the pump is obviously it's cordless, so you can bring it on the go. That is one thing I definitely have been taking advantage of. We are in the car a lot. We take a lot of road trips. I even plan my trips around pumping, when I'll be stopping, when's the best time to pump, when can I charge again. That aspect of the pump is amazing. When it comes to my baby, he enjoys the most fresh milk. So I can plan, if I know I'm gonna be stopping 30 minutes away, I can just put these in and we'll have milk by the end of the trip, which is awesome. So I really love that part. Also, I read a review before that said that the parts were really hard to clean. I haven't felt that. Pretty simple, and putting them together is also really easy. You have the container here, and then there's the valves, and then you take this part out and you have the shield and then this little attachment right here. When you are finished washing them and sterilizing them, snap it together. And I really like the snapping. When it's snapped in, you can kind of know that you're ready. And then it's super simple, just the power button. And then this is to start. And then up and down, so you can decide what level you're comfortable with. I usually go up as high as I can because I just like to pump. I don't like to spend too much time pumping. So yeah, these are pretty awesome to take on the go and to clean. To me, it's not that hard. The kit also comes with these little caps, so maybe you're pumping and the baby starts crying or something, you just gotta take them out. You may not have time to put the milk in a bottle or a different container or something. You can just take these out, press this button, and then take the valve off and then put this cap right there. It screws on and then put it right into the fridge, which is awesome. The kit comes with 4 of these containers, which is, again, is great because, you know, our moms, we don't always have time to sterilize all of our pumping parts at a time. So you have 4 different ones. Okay, and aesthetic appeal. I mean, come on, they're really cool looking. They're really cute. I think a lot of us have probably seen them online. You know, people wearing them, putting them on in the morning and getting all this stuff done and then having all this milk. So yeah, I think the way they look, you know, they're modern, they're sleek, they're pretty. So I like that part. And again, I like how easily they come apart and you can just pop them in. As far as comfortability, I don't think that they're that comfortable, and they do, you know, make your bust size a lot bigger than how it started. I don't think it's too comfortable wearing, but I think just pumping in general, I don't think sitting down with a breast pump is that comfortable either. So as far as the feeling on the breast though, on your nipples, I think it's okay. And it's also pretty lightweight, and the pump doesn't make too much noise. It is pretty silent. You can see the lights through most shirts. So if you're trying to be very discreet about the fact that you're pumping, unless you're wearing something very thick, you can see the pumping light. I think it's like a green light that you can see. How discreet can you really be while pumping? I think Elvie does its best. I don't think you really can be too discreet anyway when you're pumping milk, and we shouldn't have to be. But yeah, as far as what you can do, the fact that you have mobility and that you're not tethered to this machine makes a huge difference. So some things that you should consider before you buy this product. So breastfeeding is so personal and it's so individual. Everyone's journey is different. For me, this pump works because I am not exclusively breast pumping. I breastfeed and I also pump. So if you want like a really good, strong pump that you're getting all of your milk that your baby is eating, I would probably not suggest this pump. I don't think that it gets the most milk compared to some other pumps. I also use the Luna Motif. I think that product is so good for my milk supply. And when I do use it, I produce so much milk and it's amazing. It doesn't take too long. It takes about 8 minutes. Again, everyone's different. The only problem is I am tethered to that machine. So anytime that I want to use that machine, usually my baby has to be asleep or something because I can't pick him up when I'm using it, and I just can't really do a lot. Something that I love about the Elvie is that you just can get a lot done around the house. You can do chores, you can go outside, anything, have meetings over Zoom or something. It just really works well with the day-to-day. The only thing is you can't bend. If you bend over too much, it tends to leak. Like, you don't feel as agile anyway when you're wearing these. So I just tend to do chores where I can stand or walk or anything anyway. I don't do too much bending when I'm wearing these. So now let's talk about some things that I didn't particularly like. So the shields that come with the kits are 24 and 28, I believe, and those can just be a little big to some people. I do believe you can order a size 21. And again, depending on your size, that can also be a little bit big. So I don't know why they don't just come with 21 and 24. Maybe that's something they can improve upon. You're just already spending so much for the product. It's kind of annoying having to order additional parts, and a part that's pretty essential actually to pumping, because if you're wearing too big shields, you're not going to get as much milk. Suction is just not going to be as strong. That's another thing that I kind of felt. The suction wasn't quite as strong. The Motif Luna that I use, it just doesn't feel like it's pumping as much milk. It could take 30 minutes and I haven't produced as much milk as I would have liked to. And that goes to another kind of complaint that I have about the Elvie is, so when you're wearing the pump, obviously this part, the pump is what you can see. The container is at the bottom. So when you're pumping, you're not constantly, or at least you don't want to constantly look under your shirt and see how much you're pumping. You can feel it. Sometimes it's got the suction and everything going and it feels like you're pumping, but actually you're not producing very much at all. So there's been times where I've been wearing them for 30 minutes, whatever, and I take them out and I look and it's 20 milliliters. And it's like, whoa, I just, spent all that time. I thought I was pumping and, you weren't really producing too much milk, or maybe as much milk as you're used to. So that has been a problem for me. And also, as far as having it over here, sometimes when it's leaking, because it does tend to leak, and I've read other reviews where people have had the same problem, just my entire bottom of my shirt has been covered in milk. Obviously, it's not comfortable. That's not something that you want from a product, and again, like a super expensive product. So that is something that you should consider. Some people haven't had any problems with it. I definitely have. And finally, to go over probably the biggest complaint would be when I first purchased my Elvie breast pump. I think it was on the third use that I had problems with the battery. These pumps are supposed to be really innovative and have awesome technology. And I think it was on the third use that I had problems with the battery. When it's fully charged, it's supposed to be green, and then when it needs more charge, it's like an orange, reddish. One of my pumps first stopped working, and it was weird, like I could almost hear it. I could hear like stuff shaking around, and sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. And then it happened to the other one too, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is wild. I don't even know if I'm charging my pump. This is really important because my baby needs milk. Yeah, I called, and I will say that their customer service line is really easy to talk to someone. And they are really great about listening, and all I had to do was explain what happened, and I'm still under the warranty. So all I did was they sent me an email, and you write your information. So they sent me working pumps, and now everything is fine. But that obviously, again, with such an expensive product, I find that pretty frustrating when you buy something like that, especially breast pump. Moms, we're on schedules. We need to get stuff done. If your breast pump isn't working, it's not really something you want to wait on. They sent me a new, just the actual pump, and everything has been working fine since then. So My original complaint as far as the battery, that's a problem, but I would say the company has amazing customer service and they do follow through on their warranty. I even asked if they wanted me to send the old pumps back, and that wasn't necessary. That part was really great. So actually what I thought was an issue but ended up being a non-issue was the charging. Pumps take 2 hours to charge and they have a battery life of 2 hours. So you're charging basically as long as you're using, but I don't tend to pump for more than 30 minutes. So I get at least 4 uses out of one charge, and I tend to plug them in anyway after every use. Unless again, I'm, on the road or something like that. But even now, in your car, you can plug them in. So when I first read that in the instruction guide, I was a bit disappointed because I thought they were going to have a really long battery life, but actually it hasn't become such a problem. So overall, my final thoughts on the Elvie, I would say again, if this is your only pump and you're exclusively breast pumping, I would not purchase it. I don't think that you get enough milk for the time that you put in. If you have another pump that's very strong and you're using this when you're on the to-go or when you need to do chores and stuff, this is a good product. Again, it's expensive. So if you have that extra money, by all means, buy what you like. And if you're like me and you breastfeed and you also pump, then I think this is a really good purchase. I have heard that they're not the best to use when you first start pumping. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lactation consultant, so I don't want to put too much emphasis on that, but that is something that I read. So overall, the product is nice, it's pretty, it does work for people. I think it has a lot to do with what you're wearing. You obviously have to wear a pumping bra. If things are not aligned correctly, it's not going to work. So you kind of have to check in on things, at least I do, and that is a little frustrating. So yeah, I think that the success of this product has a lot to do with the shield size that you use, what you're wearing to hoist these suckers up, and just what you're doing in general. I think you can be mobile using it, but I don't think you can be too mobile. So like I said, you can't be bending over. You definitely can't be laying down. I think some light work while you're using this definitely works. And the kit also comes with a really cute bag. If you are using it on the to-go, I think it's great. This little insert, you can put your pumps, because obviously you want to keep all these things clean. And then this is a little ice pack, which, who can remember to put that one back in the freezer? And this just makes things really easy. It's like a lunchbox, but I guess it's more like a lunchbox for your baby. So that was my review on the Elvie cordless breast pump. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you've purchased this product before, if you're using multiple pumps. I think it's great for us to build a community here. All of us moms have questions. We all have different experiences, and it's just great to share with each other. I have more reviews coming up on household products, cars, and baby products. Bye, don't forget to subscribe.